Okay, hey, just a quick follow up to some of the things that we talked about with this lower thirds lesson. One of them is this: I moved the lower thirds, this hobby gardener part for this example, into title safe. So this is the second box. It's right under here. All right, I turned it on and I moved it in there by adjusting my keyframes a little bit, so that meant that I had to go to the keyframes. There's only one layer carrying the keyframes right now because I'm using parenting. Go to these keyframes, and because this is the parent layer, here, this number 2 medium blue, I actually move that and kind of adjust, like for example, like there. And then if I'm adjusting this one, then that's kind of changing how these are. It's a little bit. So I could just grab these two again, do K, go forward, paste, get rid of this one, and then select these two again and say time reverse keyframes. Okay, so now they should be consistent. Comes in and it kind of slides in and stays for a few seconds and slides back out, slowly starting. So if I want that to take a little bit longer, I can go slide this one forward, slide this one forward. If I want to tweak this a little bit, I could go in here and say, let's see, let's just do less, come faster to a stop. So definitely experiment a little bit with this. Let's see. That should be good. And then I don't want to go like this, or we'll reverse. Let's see what happens when I do this. So now it should be going out and coming back in or something like that. Oh, that stops, goes to 0. Alright, so you can do it interactively, by the way. Let's go a lot faster. And then when it goes out, here it goes, and oh, it goes slow and then it zooms out. Okay. Let's see. Go even slower and zoom out even more. You can say this one comes slowly, more slowly to the. There it is. It creeps in, and then this should go slowly, slowly, slowly. Shoom. Okay. So that's our tweak a little bit more. Now we're going to export this. When I export this with Media Q, Media Encoder, I'm just going to. That's where I'm going to do the MP4 for. I have this one separate, or I could put all of them into one. So let me just do this for demonstration purposes. Do one with all of them. I'm going to go to Comp 5, say reveal this in my composition. I'm going to call this Master Comp LT. Alright, so here it is, Master Comp LT. Actually, I'm going to take these out just because they're a little bit different. So if I want to do this lossless export, let me go to this one and just realize what I want is to give. I made up some name, Danielle or something from editorial. I want to give her the lower thirds that are right. Where are they? Ooh, did I kill them? No, they're earlier. Okay. So they're right here, right? So I want to give these lower thirds to Danielle, and I don't want to give them with the background because she's going to have video there. These are going to be for video. So this was just for a stand-in. So I need to turn that off and have this transparency. This is the transparency toggle. This is the default. This is the transparency toggle on. So it's transparent all the time. It's just the default of video black. So this is gardening LT3. I'm in the master comp. I'm going to just do, for sake of purposes, to show you guys, I'm going to say here, this is all I want. I want this 3 times. So I could also go down here and say Command D, Command D. So now I have these 3, and you'll use 3 different unique comps, and I'll separate these out and have a little bit of space around them. So like something like that. And here we go. We'll do an N for the endpoint here. So now we have all these three comps with their backgrounds turned off. And let me export that. So I'll go export, immediate render queue. I'm going to choose this preset, lossless with alpha. This is for the lossless. And just kind of show you guys that down here, by default, you usually have RGB are the channels that are going to be exported, meaning no transparency. But we are going to export RGB plus alpha, and alpha transparency is, or alpha channel is the channel that carries transparency. So I'm going to say alpha plus RGB plus alpha. And for that, I have to use a codec that supports transparency. So H.264 does not, but animation does. And if you look in here, there's another one that does as well. This one does as well. And so be it. So we're going to use that and say export this. And the master comp is going to go inside of our folders. 547, creative projects, animated lower third. There should be a folder for your lower thirds. There should be a folder for your assets. Inside of here, I had, for example, this is where the woman gardening was. And then inside of here are my exports. I'm going to say lossless with alpha, Misha A, lower thirds, and then I know what I'm exporting. Cool. All right. Hope that helps.